Hey guys, Josh here with the very first video in a brand new weekly video series. Every Thursday I'm going to review a different graphic novel, beginning with Star Wars Volume 1 titled Skywalker Strikes. If you haven't read this yet and you want to avoid any spoilers, you're going to want to skip this video and come back later, because everything I say from this point forward is going to be a spoiler. Okay, first up, the title. It's Star Wars Volume 1 Skywalker Strikes. And of course, Episode 5 was The Empire Strikes Back. So I thought that was pretty funny. I got a big kick out of it. Okay, the art. John Cassaday is the artist, and his art is dead on. Everything looks like Star Wars. The characters, they look like their real-life counterparts. The environments and sets, if you will, all look very Star Wars. It feels like you're almost watching the film. It looks that closely to what we see on television. He has a very photorealistic style, which I absolutely love. The only flaw in the art is actually with Luke Skywalker. In some panels, he doesn't really quite look like Luke. It's just a little bit off. But that is literally the only problem, and it's only here and there. So, my overall score for the art is going to be 9 out of 10. Okay, moving on to the voice of the comic. Jason Aaron is the writer, and he has captured the voices of all of the essential characters. Han, Leia, Luke, even 3PO and Vader and Boba Fett. I feel like he even captured the essence of Boba Fett, which was really, really cool. The standout to me, though, as exceptional, is Han and Leia and their relationship. He has absolutely captured that to perfection. The other thing I really loved about the dialogue is there was none of that cheesy, comic booky type dialogue. It all felt like Star Wars dialogue, which can get a little cheesy, but it didn't seem comic booky and cartoony to me. Okay, given all of that, I'm going to score the dialogue and voice a 10 out of 10. Moving on to story, the story takes place pretty much immediately after Episode 4, A New Hope. The story begins very fast with Han, Leia, Luke, Chewie, 3PO, R2, all of them are on a mission to destroy the Imperial factory on Simoon 1. And of course, it doesn't go according to plan at all, and they have to fight their way off planet. They have to fight their way through hundreds of stormtroopers and Darth Vader. And it's basically the entire first half of the book is that, and it's absolutely awesome. After that, the book kind of coasts to an end with a focus more on character development than action, which actually works very well because you had your appetite for action sated in the first half, and then the second half focuses on characters, and it works very, very well. In the second half of the comic, Darth Vader's kind of nagging curiosity about the boy who blew up the Death Star has become a full-on obsession, and he hires Boba Fett to capture this person. Boba Fett fails, but he does come away with a name. And when Boba Fett reports back to Darth Vader and he tells him the name, it gives us the best panel in the entire book. Darth Vader standing in front of the window, and he's so mad, and it's radiating. His anger and this force energy is radiating off of him, and the windows are starting to crack as he's staring out into space. It's amazing. Overall, I'm going to give this story a 9 out of 10. Standout moments for the comic. First of all, the aforementioned Vader learning Luke's name, and the reveal that Han is married. What? Oh my god, that blew me away when I read that the first time. What happens with that and everything, we'll cover that in a future video. As far as problems with Volume 1, I really only have one problem, and that is Boba Fett's altercation with Luke in Obi-Wan Kenobi's home. Boba Fett has the upper hand for pretty much the entire fight because he got the drop on Luke with a flashbang. So Luke is fighting blind, and Boba Fett has the upper hand. He's gotten Luke, he's got the lightsaber down, and he's trying not to kill Luke because Vader wants him alive, but he doesn't say he can't be maimed or injured, so he's trying to subdue Luke, and he's got the lightsaber right down by his face, and Luke reaches out with the Force and grabs a box that Ben had set aside for Luke, and he force throws it kind of unconsciously, and it hits Boba Fett in the head and knocks him out cold. Now the problem is, Boba Fett wears a helmet, so this box really I don't think should have knocked him out. It's not that heavy. Luke leaves Ben's house with the box under his arm, so we can see that it's not that heavy. And there's nothing in the art that really indicated to me that Luke had thrown it that hard enough to knock somebody out, particularly a Mandalorian wearing his helmet. So that was really the only thing that kind of threw me off in the comic. Otherwise, it was 6 issues of Star Wars that was nearly flawless. Overall score for the book, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. I highly recommend the Star Wars comics if you're not reading them. You can pick them up in graphic novel form, at least issues 1 through 6. I'm pretty sure Volume 2 comes out at the end of this month, though. It is now January 7th? Yeah, January 7th today, and I think Volume 2 comes out on the 26th. If I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comments, but that sounds right. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's it for this video. If you're reading the Star Wars comics, let's talk about them down in the comments. I would love to know what you guys thought of it. Also, if you enjoyed this video, and I really hope you did, be sure to let me know by clicking that like button and subscribe for more reviews. And come back next week when I review Darth Vader Volume 1 titled Vader. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.